Garuda said, "The righteous man, having enjoyed heaven, is born in a stainless family. Now tell me how he is produced in the womb of the mother. I wish to hear what, in this body, the man of good deeds thinks. Tell me, O treasure house of compassion." The blessed Lord said, "You have asked well, O Tarxia. I will tell you that supreme secret, even by knowing which one becomes all-knowing. I will tell you the real nature of that body which possesses the attributes of the universal egg, the object of concentration of yogins. Hear how the yogins perform the meditation upon the 6 chakras within it, and likewise meditation upon the nature of Chit, Ananda and the Brahmarindra. And how he of good deeds is born in the house of the pure and prosperous. I will tell you also about the rites and observances of the parents. After menstruation the women should be avoided for 4 days. Their face should not be seen during that time, lest sin should arise in the body. Having bathed, and washed her clothes, a woman becomes pure on the 4th day. From the 7th day she becomes fit to perform the rites of worship to the forefathers and the Shining Ones. During the 7 days the embryo continues impure. Here the sons gradually enter during the 8th day. Sons are born on even nights, daughters on odd. Keeping away from her during the first 7 days, on even nights he enters. 16 nights are declared to be common for women. One on the 14th night the seed remains there certainly. Then is produced the righteous son, a store of auspicious qualities. That night is never obtained by vulgar people. On the 1st day women should eat sweet foods. Pungent, acid, astringent and hot things should be entirely avoided. The husband, like a husbandman, having sown the seed of great potentiality in the field which is productive of grain, reaps a good harvest. The man, having chewed betel, put on flowers and sandal paste, and clean clothes, and with righteous thoughts in his mind, should unite with his good wife. According to the thoughts in his mind at the time of union will be the nature of the one who enters the womb. The intelligence joined with the seed remains always in the sperm. When desire, thought and sperm become united. Then the man obtains semen, and in the interior of the womb the formation of ovum takes place, by the union of sperm and germ cells. The good son who enters the womb is the giver of the highest bliss. For him there are numerous rites, such as the Pansavana. The meritorious soul obtains birth in a high family. At the time of his birth Brahmins receive much wealth. He grows up in his parents' house, endowed with learning and modesty, becoming skillful in all the sciences, by association with the wise. In his youth he is divinely handsome, wealthy and benevolent, rising as the result of great merit, austerities, and pilgrimages to sacred waters, formerly done. Then he constantly strives to discriminate between the self and the not-self. By Adhyaropa and Apavada he meditates upon Brahman. For the understanding of the dissociation of Brahman from that with which he is associated, I will tell you the attributes of earth and the others, which are of the genus not-self. Earth, water, fire, air and ether, these are called the stable elements. This body is made up of the 5 elements. Skin, bones, nerves, hair and flesh, these are the 5 attributes of earth, O Lord of birds, declared to you by me. Saliva, urine, sperm, marrow, and blood, the 5th, are said to be the 5 attributes of water. Now hear those of fire. Hunger, thirst, sloth, sleep and sexual desire are called the 5 attributes of fire by yogins everywhere, O Tarxia. Bending, running, jumping, stretching and moving, these are declared the 5 attributes of air. Speech, thought, vacuity, delusion and mental instability, the 5 attributes of ether, may be understood by you with effort. Mind, reason, individualization, analysis, these 4 are called the internal means, and have the flavor of past karma. Ears, skin, eyes, tongue and nose are the sense organs. The organs of speech, hands, feet, the organs of generation and of excretion are the organs of action. Dik, Vata, Arka, Prashedas, the 2 asvins, Vani, Indra, Apudra, Mitra, are declared to be the duties of the organs of sense and action. Ida, Pingala, Susana, thirdly, and also Gandhari, Vajajiva, Pusa, Yasvini, Alambusa, and Kuru, and Sankini, the 10th as well, are situated in the interior of the body, and are the 10 principal nadis. Prana, Apana, Samana, Udana, and Vyana also, Naga, Karma, Krikala, Devdata, and Dhananjaya. In the heart, Prana, in the anus, Apana, in the navel, Samana, and the region of the throat, Udana, and distributed all over the body, Vyana. Vomiting is called Naga, opening and shutting the eyes is known as Karma, the cause of hunger is to be known as Krikala, yawning, Devdatta. Dhananjaya, all-pervading, does not leave even the corpse, and carries all over the body the nourishment which is obtained by eating mouthfuls of food. The air called Vyana carries the essential part in all the nadis. Food, as soon as eaten, is split into two by that air. Having entered near the anus, it separates the solid and liquid portions, placing the water over the fire, and the solid over the water. The prana standing under the fire, inflames it slowly. The fire, inflamed by the air, separates the substance from the waste. The Vyana air makes the essence go all over, and the waste, forced through the 12 gateways, is ejected from the body. Ears, eyes, nostrils, tongue, teeth, navel, nails, anus, generative organs, head, trunk, hair are called unclean places. Thus the airs, having derived their power from the self, perform their own functions, affecting people, just as does the rising of the sun. Now hear, O bird, the twofold nature of the body of man. One is Vyavaharika, and the second Paramardhika. On the Vyavaharika there are 35 millions of hairs of the body, 700,000 of hairs of the head, it is said, and 20 nails. There are said to be 32 teeth usually, O son of Vinata. The flesh is said to be 1,000 palas and blood 100 palas. Fat is 10 palas, skin is 7 palas, marrow is 12 palas, the great blood is 3 palas. Seed is known to be 2 kudavas, ovum 1 kudava, and bones in the body are said to be 360. The nadis, both dense and subtle, number tens of million, bile is 50 palas, phlegm is half of that. The waste materials are not measurable, as they are constantly changing. The body which possesses these attributes is Vyavaharika. All the worlds, mountains, continents, oceans, suns and planets are in the Paramardhika body. In the Paramardhika body, there are 6 chakras in which are said to be located the attributes of the egg of Brahma. I will tell you about these, which are the objects of meditation of yogins. By pondering upon them one becomes the enjoyer of the nature of Vairagya. Below the feet is called Atala, above the feet, Vitala. At the knees know it as Sutala, at the thighs Mahatala. At the hips, Talatala, at the secret part Rasatala, at the loins Patala. These are declared to be the 7 worlds. Buloka, at the middle of the navel, above it the Bhuvarlika, in the heart, Svarlika, at the throat it should be known as Maharlika. Janalika, in the region of the mouth, Tapalaka, at the forehead, Satyaloka and the Brahmarandra. These are the 14 worlds. Meru is situated in the triangle 1, Mandara is in the inverted triangle, Kailasa is in the right triangle, Himachala, in the left triangle. Nisada is in the upper lines, Gandhamadana in the lines on the right, Ramana in the lines on the left, the 7 great mountains. Jambu is in the place of the bones, Saka is situated in the marrow, the Kusa continent is situated in the flesh, the Krauncha continent in the nerves. The Salmali continent is in the skin, Gamuda, in the mass of hair, Puskara, in the place of the nails, and next the oceans. In the urine the Ksara ocean, the Ksira ocean in the milk, the Sura ocean is situated in the phlegm, in the marrow, the Grita ocean. The Raza ocean in the juices, the Dadi ocean is known to be in the ova, the Swaju ocean in the region of the soft palate, you should know son of Vinata. The sun is situated in the Nada chakra, the moon is in the Bindu chakra, Mars is situated, it should be known, in the eyes. Mercury is in the heart, it is declared. Jupiter is in the Vishnu sthana, it should be known. Venus is situated in the seed, Saturn is in the navel, Rahu, in the face, it is declared. Ketu is situated in the lungs, and the body is the circle of the planets. In all these forms one should meditate on his own body. Always at dawn, sitting steadily cross-legged, one should meditate upon the 6 chakras, in the order of the Ajapa. The Gayatri called Ajapa is the giver of liberation to the sages. By merely thinking upon it one is released from all sin. Listen, O Tarksya, and I will explain the best method of Ajapa, by doing which the individual always gives up his separateness. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahatam, Visuddhi and also Aina, are spoken of as the 6 chakras. One should meditate in order upon the chakras, at the root of the generative organ, in the region of the pelvis, in the navel, in the heart, in the throat, between the eyebrows, at the top of the head. The Muladhara is four-petaled and resplendent, with letters from Vatasa. The Svadhisthana resembles the sun, is six-petaled, and has the letters from Bhatala. The Manipuraka is red in color and has 10 petals, from Di to Fa. The Anahata is 12-petaled, from Ka to Ta, and is golden colored. The Visuddhi lotus is 16-petaled, with the vowels, and has the light of the moon. The Matra lotus is 2-petaled, has the letters Ha and Ksa, and is red in color. The one at the top of the head is the most resplendent. This lotus has 1,000 petals, and is the seed of truth and bliss, ever auspicious, light-possessing and eternal. One should meditate, in order, in the chakras, on Ganesa, on Vidi, on Vishnu, on Shiva, on Yuva, on Guru, and on Parambrahman, all-pervading. It is said by the wise that the subtle movements of the breath in one day and night number 21,600. It goes out with the sound of Ha, and enters again with the sound of Sa. The individual is, indeed, always repeating the mantra. Hamsa, Hamsa. 600 for Ganesa, 6,000 for Vedas, 6,000 for Hari, 6,000 for Hara. 1,000 for the Jivatman, 1,000 for Guru, 1,000 are the Chidavan. Thus one should understand the respective numbers of the repetitions. Runa and other sages, who know the succession of teachers, meditate upon the deities presiding over the chakras, who are rays of Brahman. The sages, Sukha and Ethers, teach it to their pupils. Therefore a wise man, after meditating upon the path of the great ones, should always meditate thus. Having worshipped mentally in all the chakras, with unwavering mind, he should repeat the Ajapa Gayatri according to the instructions of the teacher. He should meditate in the Randra, with the 1,000-petaled lotus inverted, upon the blessed teacher within the Hamsa, whose lotus hand frees from fear. He should regard his body as being washed in the flow of nectar from his feet. Having worshipped in the fivefold way, he should prostrate, singing his praise. Then he should meditate on the Kundalini, as moving upwards and downwards, as making a tour of the 6 chakras, placed in 3.5 coils. Then he should meditate on the place called Susumna, which goes out of the Randra, thereby he goes to the highest state of Vishnu. Then he should always meditate, between 4 o'clock and sunrise, on my form, self-illumined, eternal and ever blissful. He should bring his mind to a state of steadiness, not by efforts alone, but under the instruction of a teacher, without whom he falls. Having done the inward sacrifice, he should perform the outward sacrifice. Having done the purificatory ablution, and the sandhya, he should worship Hari and Hara. For those who are attached to the body facing inward, one does not come about. For then devotion is easier, and that gives liberation. Tapas, and yoga, and others, are also ways to liberation, but for those who are attached to the world of change, the path by devotion to me is far superior. This is the conclusion of the all-knowing Brahma and others, after having conned the Vedas and the Sastras for 3 periods. Sacrifices and other righteous duties purify the mind. The devotion to me has a form of fruit from which the obtainer never falls away. The good man who follows this, autarxia, by the union due to devotion to me, goes to eternal liberation.